Did you know that some fungi can actually create zombies? Ridiculously refreshing and fun.
This is Task Us on Air. Welcome to Breaktime Bites, the place to be for that quick brain break.
This is a show where we talk about super random facts about anything under the sun. So sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, and let's have fun. And welcome to another episode of Breaktime Bites. Rebecca, we have a special show today. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. What is it?
It's all about zombies. Are you ready for this one? Did you know that some fungi can actually create zombies?
No, really?
And then they're like a parasite and they actually control the minds of them. It's mind-blowing.
Oh my goodness, Ross, are you wearing a zombie shirt?
Yes. I had to for the zombie episode.
I absolutely love it. I love that.
I am Ross, the nerdy boss. And of course, I've watched plenty of zombie movies and zombie TV shows that we cannot necessarily mention the names of, but you know what we're talking about. So about this fungi, okay, I had to look up how to say this, and I said it so many times, and I'll probably still get it wrong. But there's a tropical fungus named Ophiocordyceps. Yeah, Ophiocordyceps. That it actually infects the ant's central nervous system, an ant, a tiny little ant. And by the time the fungi has been in the body, it's been 9 days. So it takes 9 days, first of all, for them to become a full zombie. And then that fungi is actually controlling the whole ant's movements and everything.
Oh my goodness. That's a little scary.
It is. It's almost like a form of mind control.
Oh my goodness. Well, so I feel... Oh, go for it.
No. Go ahead. What do you feel,
I was going to
Rebecca?
say, I feel that you have a lot of knowledge on this zombie game.
Well, it's not a game. It's real life. It may be real life. At one point in time, you never know. You always have to be prepared.
Oh my goodness. Well, then tell me, if zombies were to attack, how would you defend the world?
I can't tell you that.
Oh my God. Is it a secret?
No, it's not a secret. I was just kidding. Well, interestingly enough, my wife and I, we have kind of like a doomsday prep, scenario. Like we know, like if we're ever not together, and something happens, whether it be zombies or any type of like global, catastrophe event, right? Maybe it's something as simple as like, a snowstorm and we're separated, we know exactly where to go, where to meet, and how we're going to survive. It's crazy.
No, you do not. You do not have this plan.
I do. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but...
well, then it wouldn't be your plan, right? But I feel completely underprepared because I do not have this plan.
Well, it started when I was about 10 years old, when I watched my first zombie movie. And I was like, wow, I need to prepare for this because this is going to be real life one day, right?
Oh, my goodness. Well, if zombies were to attack, it says, like, who would you say first? You have your whole family. I would think it'd be multiple people, but that's a question, right? What if you're not with your family? Would you just try to get to your spot, or would you try to help people?
That's actually a really good question. And it kind of depends on the situation, but, I would obviously try and help as much as possible. But, I'm also trying to protect my own family. So that's an interesting question because I do like helping people. Right. But when it's that type of world, I don't know how I would react,
That's true. Well, that's true. I don't know. I figure if it were to happen, I'd be at home.
Yeah. Would your husband be there too?
Yeah. We don't go anywhere. We're like hermits. We just stay at home.
That's kind of how it's been for the past year and 3 months. So what would change?
That's true. I feel like nothing's going to change. Even if like we go back, post-COVID,
Yeah,
We're gonna stay at
absolutely.
home.
So let me ask you this, Rebecca, since you've asked me a few questions about zombies. When the zombies do attack, and yes, I'm putting that in when they attack, not if they attack, who would you save first?
Um, I
Let's just
love
say
my
out of your
husband.
family.
Well, I love my husband, but I'd probably save my children first.
I'm right there with you. I'd be all up for my 2-year-old and 4-year-old. Sorry, wife. They're more priority.
Sorry.
They're the future of the world.
Yes, they're gonna survive it all.
Absolutely. And once my kids get to a certain age, they will be preppers. I'm telling you that right now. They will know the plan, and they will
will know
follow
where
the
to go.
plan when something happens.
I'm telling you, you're making me feel like I am so behind on this, and I need to get on top of knowing where to go, what to do.
Well, it's all about being prepared, and this is not just like for, say a zombie apocalypse or any type of world catastrophe. It's literally just being prepared for anything in life, right?
True, very true.
But okay, next question about zombies. Are you ready for this one?
Ready.
Now, my wife and I have talked about this, and we do have an agreement. Okay, and I'll talk about that agreement here in a second. But when the zombies do attack, yes, when, not if, and you became infected, what would you do?
Actually, I think me and my husband have talked about this a little, probably more hypothetical than you have, but the go-to is yes, do not save me. Don't think it's going to change. If you already know this is happening, just end it. Just keep everybody else safe is the plan. Now, I know it'll probably be hard, but that is the plan.
If movies tell us anything, it's always don't save the person that's infected. Okay. Yep. I'm always, whenever I'm watching a zombie movie and they're like, somebody's there trying to save somebody that's already been infected, I'm like, no, get rid of them, drop them. It's over. They're done. Sorry. Game over. It is a trap. It is a trap. So, yes, my wife and I do have an agreement. Okay. And, maybe I do need to get this in writing, Rebecca, because right now it's just a verbal agreement. Maybe I do need to like make it official, right? But essentially the funny thing is I am a notary. Small fun fact. Yeah.
That's nice.
Maybe another episode we'll talk about why I'm a notary. Just a little teaser. I used to work in bail bonds, but enough of that. Back to zombies and when they're going to attack. So my wife and I do have an agreement, okay? And the fact is if I get infected, she is required to not be with me anymore. We'll just leave it at that. And vice versa, the same thing with her, right? But here's the best question, Rebecca. What do you do if both of y'all are infected and your kids are not? This is Task Us On Air's Breaktime Bites, the place to be for that quick brain break.
Stay tuned for new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Central. To know more about us, visit taskus.com. Then we both end it.
You'd have to end it together, right?
Yes.
For the safety of the children, right?
Yeah, but then I don't know who would protect them. Now my logical brain kicks in and it's like, well, then what about this? And then what about this? And then are we around other family? Like there's so many things that go into that decision though.
That's why you got to teach them early, Rebecca. You said yours are 6 and 2, right?
Yes, 6 and 2.
You need to start teaching that 6-year-old some survival skills now. Maybe join the Boy Scouts.
That's a little
or the
scary.
Cub Scouts.
That's scary. My oldest is a little bit of a protector type is what I'm going to say.
Okay. All right. That's okay. That's all right.
But we do got to get into that, right? Start getting into that mindset. You never know what could happen.
Absolutely. So I got one more last question for you.
Okay.
When the zombies attack, what weapon or tools would you use to fight back?
So if I'm not limited, I would probably go the maybe gun route, right? But I'm also
wrong.
Wait a minute. I'm still giving my answer. I'm not the best accurate shooter. So
Oh
I
yeah,
may
then
go
definitely
down
no.
the I know, right? Gonna just waste all the ammo. End up hitting the tree. But would have to probably go down like a knife or I don't know, stick route, something along those lines.
You don't know about the machete?
I know about
Machete.
it. Do I have one is the question. No.
Ah. So the funny thing is that back when my wife was working in service industry, there was one weapon she had in her vehicle at all times. Can you guess what it was?
Was it really a machete?
Yes, it was a machete. Hey,
That
it's,
was her
she
protect.
exactly. I mean, you're working till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. In a
Oh
in a
yeah.
in a big city, with people that have been indulging in some alcoholic beverages. You never know what's going to
Yeah.
walk up on you. So
Very
yeah,
true.
that was
Very true.
always hers. I used to ask this question to my teammates all the time, and I apologize for cutting you off and going wrong, but the funny thing is I use this as a like an icebreaker with my team, and whenever
Yeah.
they say gun, I'm like, well, what about the ammo? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And I've watched enough zombie movies and TV shows. What happens when you shoot a gun and there's zombies around?
They all come swarming.
They go right to where that noise was. So
Yep.
that's why you got to. The best tool to have is a multi-tool of something like a machete.
A multi-tool.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, I won't see zombies in my lifetime. Because Ross, you confirmed that it's going to happen at some point, right? So I feel you are 100% facts. So I'm just hoping that it doesn't happen in my lifetime. But definitely will think of safety pieces, right? You never know. We got to
Yeah.
be prepared.
Absolutely.
Just like we're trying to stay safe in our current environment, right? We're not at the level of zombies yet. I know people joke about it, but still trying to stay safe, stay at home. Like that's why I said
Yeah.
we'll probably be at home if that were to happen. In any current time frame.
Yeah.
But making sure we just stay as safe as we can, right? Washing our hands, not being
Yeah.
in crazy packed settings, right?
Absolutely. And speaking of zombies, I mean, yeah, you're right. Some people thought that it was almost like the zombie apocalypse, with the global lockdown, just a
Yeah.
year ago, right? It was just a year ago, approximately a year ago, where essentially the world was shut down, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about. And it I was actually driving down the road when there were literally no cars on, like, I don't know, it was like a Tuesday at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I was like, where is everybody? And it's because we were on lockdown, right? I had to
It
go
was crazy.
visit some family to make sure that they were okay during that time, right? But it almost felt like a zombie apocalypse with no one else on the road, right? It almost felt that way.
You were just missing all the cars on the highway, right?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
the only thing missing
Pretty
from
much.
that type of environment.
Fastest travel time too. Fastest travel time. It was great.
Didn't you love traffic? I was like, I
Of
love it.
course.
Everybody stay home. Don't go anywhere.
And as we start to think about the future and the possibility of returning to office, I've recently been to site, actually this past week, and the amount of safety precautions that are still happening this day, even though we're starting to see that kind of small return to normal, or some sort of normal, that
Mhm.
we are still prioritizing safety. Masks are still required. 6 feet social distancing is still required. And that makes me feel safe. I don't know about you, Rebecca, but I think I talked about this a few episodes ago, but going to a local store like HEB, which is like Kroger's or Walmart or anything like that, I would see people walking around even last year, not even like, within the past 1 or 2 months, but literally last year, mid, summer, and they're just walking around with no mask, without a care in the world.
Yeah, and it's crazy. That's crazy to me. For me, it's like my children know, like, keep your mask on, right? If we're out and about, keep your mask on. Like,
Yep.
and it's almost become an everyday life. When we walk out the door, my 2-year-old says, my mask, my mask. Like, he's asking me for his mask. So, trying to stay as safe as possible. Stay home. Don't go nowhere
Yeah.
if you don't have to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, just washing your hands, keeping that up. Something that I think we should have always been doing.
We should have. We really should have.
Does it make you feel like we were a little dirty before? It wasn't such a hard precaution.
What was that term that the Philippines used? Legal ka? Yeah, maybe we should have followed that and take a bath.
Take a bath all the time.
Yeah, but making sure that that we're washing our hands, making sure that we are masking up, social distancing, even with vaccines and coming out and stuff like that. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can't catch it. But I'm really, really happy that Taskus has done so much for the safety of the teammates and just from the work from home setup.
Absolutely. Me too. Well,
Rebecca, I love chatting, and this was probably one of my favorite episodes to host with fungi creating zombies. Obviously now I am a huge zombie guy, and I'm really happy that we got to talk about this.
Me too. Absolutely.
Well, guys, that is a wrap. What random fact do you want to talk about tomorrow? Send us a message on our Facebook at TaskUs or Instagram and Twitter at TaskUsTX. Have a great day, guys.
Talk to y'all soon.
Bye.